We're just going with a big Elspeth right now. Gonna give all of our creatures +1 and flying, and he only has 3 blockers. We have 4 attackers, and he is losing all of his creatures because he could. You could think, oh well, he can trade with this one, this Steel Seraph for the Sandstorm Salvager, but again, the damage gets redirected. So look at this flying Ancient Adamantoise, absolutely going crazy right now. So then we'll have 3 creatures with 1, 2, and 3 power. So 3 different power levels among our creatures. So we'll be able to play whatever we exile right away. So hold on to your butts, because we are going to pray that we find something good off the Collector's Cage. Hey there neighbor, and welcome to another MTG Arena Standard video. Today we have a really fun deck for you guys, and the cards that I really want to try and get onto the battlefield today is this Ancient Adamantoise for 8 mana. This is a 8 power, 20 toughness creature. He has Vigilance and Ward 3. And it says damage isn't removed from this creature during cleanup. So that means if I block with him and the opponent is attacking with a 3-powered creature, he goes down to 17, of course, and then that damage isn't removed. So he is then a 8/17 creature. But what's also really funny is it says all damage that would be dealt to you and other permanents we control, so that's creatures and planeswalkers, are dealt to this creature instead. And when this creature dies, you exile him, and then you get to create 10 tapped treasure tokens. So if he is eventually down to like 5, 6, 7 toughness, and you just know he's going to die next turn, you might as well block with him on the opponent's turn, because you get to create 10 treasure tokens that come in tapped. It goes into your turn, and you will have 10 treasure tokens to work with. I know that 8 mana is a lot, so what's the point of having 10 treasure tokens at that point? Well, we're trying to cheat this guy out, and the way that we cheat him out is with the Collector's Cage. For 2 mana, this thing can come down, and it has the Hideaway 5 mechanic, where you look at the top 5 cards of your library and you exile one of them face down underneath the Collector's Cage. And then the way that you can cast that, and so yeah, hopefully you hit the Ancient Adamantoise, and then the way that you cast him is by paying 1 mana, and then you can tap this Collector's Cage to put a +1/+1 counter on a creature we control. And then if there are 3 or more creatures with different power level, then you can play the exiled card without paying its mana cost. So that's how we get the Ancient Adamantoise down. And yeah, you do need 3 creatures, all of them with different powers. So we're playing a few different creatures that can get anywhere from 1, 2, or 3 power. We're playing the Llanowar Elves, 1 mana, 1/1 creature. We're playing the Pawpatch Recruit. If you can get up to 3 mana, then you can play this one for Offspring, where you get the Pawpatch Recruit, who is a 2/1, and he creates the 1/1 Offspring token. In the 1 mana slot, the last card we have is the Nurturing Pixie. For 1 mana, this one can come down, and it can return a non-fairy permanent that we control back to our hand. And if we do that, put a +1/+1 on this creature, so we can grow this one to a 2-powered creature if need be. And then we have Bristly Bill. Of course, every time a land enters, you can start putting a +1 counter on someone, so that's a nice way to sort of diversify it. We have Voice of Victory, 2 mana creature. Opponents can't cast spells during our turn. I absolutely love that, because that means no counter spells and no kill spells on our turn. And he is a 1/3 himself. And then we are also playing the Sandstorm Salvager. For 3 mana, this 1/1 creature comes in, but he also creates a 3/3 golem token. So that is a way that we can get 1, 2, and 3 powered creatures on the battlefield. And then the Sandstorm Salvager, you can also pay 2 mana and tap this dude to put a +1/+1 counter on each creature token that we control. And then finally, we're playing the Sanguine Evangelist. This 2/1 creature enters, and she creates a 1/1 bat. So yeah, we have a lot of creatures in the 1, 2, and 3 power. Well, 3 power is only from this guy. But in that realm, so it's not too hard to get 3 creatures with 3 different power levels going. So then hopefully with Collector's Cage, you can hopefully cast the Adamantoise on, let's think about it. Could you do it on turn 4? I guess you could. If you went Llanowar Elf turn 1, Collector's Cage on turn 2, and then turn 3, if you had 4 mana available, you went with the Sandstorm Salvager You also created the 3/3 golem token, and then with the 1 remaining mana, you grew this guy or your elf up to 2 power. Then you have a 2-powered elf, 1 mana Sandstorm Salvager, and a 3 power is what I meant, creature. And then you can cast Adamatoise. So you could do it as early as turn 4. I think more realistically, it's probably turn 5 that it comes down. But still, turn 5, that is really, really good. And then, like he says, he's 8 power, 20 toughness, and if anyone does damage to us or opponent permanents we control, that damage gets redirected to this guy. So that's pretty nice. Of course, so I'm including 4 copies of this dude. It is kind of as a meme, but I do want to try it out. Some other really good creatures that you could hit are either Craterhoof Behemoth or the Moonshaker Cavalry. They basically both do the exact same thing. When this creature enters, when this creature enters, all of our other creatures with the Craterhoof Behemoth get trample until the end of the turn, and they get +X, where X is the number of creatures we control. So if at minimum it's 3 creatures we control, then all of them are getting +3 and trample. And with the Moonshaker Cavalry, they all get also +X, and they gain flying until the end of the turn. So these are some of the big bombs that you want to hit. You exile them underneath Collector's Cage, pump all your creatures up, and finish the game, or get the Ancient Adamantoise and style on the opponent. So let's see if we can do that today. I'll see you guys in the games. All right, guys, opponent goes first, and here's my theory in action. The game just loves to force feed you these 8 drops, so that's a mulligan for us. And again, we have another one in our opening hand. This one is looking a lot better, though, because we have the Collector's Cage, and we have a few different creatures that will all get us up to 3 power. Now I just hope that we don't run into a oops all removal, you know. It doesn't look like it. It looks like it's mono green. Might be mono green ramp. Ooh, it might be a landfall deck, so might need to get really lucky with what we hit from here. This deck is ticking me off. I cannot believe it. So we're going to need to hope we hit something really good off that one. And we are going to be under a decent amount of pressure. Search your library for a creature with X or less, so they get an elf on the battlefield. Voice of Victory is pretty nice, but we will go with the Evangelist, and then we will go with the Sandstorm Salvager, and then we can tap the Collector's Cage and level up one of our creatures. Then we'll have 3 creatures with different power. He gets the Earth Crystal down, and he attacks, which is what he should do. What is the bonus on this one? Ooh, twice that many +1s are put on there. Crazy. We still have to play the untapped land, so yeah, we'll go with this one. And then we have 1, 2, 3 toughness, so we can just grow this guy right here. And please find me something good off this one. I'm closing my eyes. I'm begging you, game. I'm begging you. Well, let's just do it again. I cannot believe this. What is the chance that... here, let me see. I have 8 payoffs. 8 of these, like, massive, like, Craterhoof Behemoths or something. What's the chance that from Collector's Cage, we don't find any of our payoffs, we find another Collector's Cage, and then when that one enters the battlefield, we, again, don't find any of our payoffs, but we find another Collector's Cage? I mean, at this point, I hope next turn we activate it, and I hope this Collector Cage finds us nothing. I actually hope it finds us the 4th Collector's Cage. Oh, game. Game. Good game is what they say to us. This actually can be kind of a nice combo. We can go with the Pixie. I don't know what the priority hold here is because they can't do anything on our turn, and we can bounce this one back to our hand. And then with this one, we can activate it, and I mean, he does have a creature with reach now, so we'll just grow this one. Let's get this final Collector's Cage on the battlefield. Next turn, we'll be able to activate both of them. So I hope we find the Ancient Adamantoise. We did. Okay, I'll take him. And then next turn, we'll get down this Collector's Cage. I should have honestly taken the Moonshaker Cavalry. That was my mistake. Because, yeah, then all of our creatures, 2, 4, 6, all of our creatures would have gotten +7, and flying. So I think we're in the clear, though. Oh, wait, this is an artifact?
If life can
Oh my gosh.
here, it can thrive anywhere.
Okay, thank the Lord. He should totally have destroyed
I've
that
made
collector's
lots of
cage.
friends in
1,
this
2.
town.
We will be able to get to 3. So we're good. He also passes attack steps. We find a bristly bill. So we can get this bristly bill down. No, okay, wait, no. Oh, yeah, we can. And I missequenced it. Okay, we get this bristly bill down. I don't think that 1+1 counter matters too much. And then we can get this collector's cage down. Hope we find something good. Yes, it's the Moonshaker Cavalry. Let's absolutely go. And then we have enough mana to activate this one. We'll give it to this guy. So we can play the Ancient Adamantoise. And then we still have enough mana to activate this one. And it doesn't really matter. But yeah, again, we'll just grow our Nurturing Pixie. Here comes the Moonshaker Cavalry. 2, 4, 6. All of our creatures are going to get +8/+8. I guess I should have taken the Craterhoof Behemoth because he comes in with haste, which I think is even better than this one. So we would have had 1 extra creature attacking, but he would have more blockers, so who knows. But I think we got him. Get to create a few mobilized tokens. We get the battle cry mechanic, so all of them get +1/+1. We'll just attack here Vivian Reed. It doesn't matter because the game is over. Even though they made it as difficult as possible. But it was just for the suspense.
I lost. It is what
Look
it
at
is.
that. Down to -24. Even had a few creatures that don't have haste. And we had the Ancient Adamantoise. So any damage that they started dealing to us would be redirected to this guy. So I think we were safe for a while. So GG. That was a nerve-wracking game. But hey, we got there in the end. GG. All right, guys, we go first. I guess we get Elf on turn 1, Collector's Cage on turn 2, hopefully a Pawpatch on turn 3. Could also go with the Sandstorm Salvager, but we won't have... I will take the Pawpatch Recruit on top. I guess I could have also binned it because we're going to shuffle the deck anyway, and we find the Ancient Adamantoise, so let's go. Hopefully no removal spell. Playing against Corno. Ooh, Dragonfire Blade. I love that card. We miss a land drop, which does kind of suck for us. And we will... Yeah, we will get down the Pawpatch Recruit with some Offspring. And then... Well, if he targets any of our creatures... Oh my goodness. Goodness gracious me, oh my. We got him. Ladies and gentlemen, we got him. Thank you, little elf. Let's add mana for you, and then we'll grow this one up to a 2/2, and here is the Ancient Adamantoise, boy. He's just going to hit us with another split up. I already know it. Maybe he doesn't have it, though, and he's like, man, I could have really used that split up right about now. Let's go. This big fat turtle was too much for them. And, I mean, I guess if they killed the Ancient Adamantoise, we get the 10 treasure tokens, so then we'd be up to 13 mana. We could go with the Nurturing Pixie to bounce the Collector's Cage back to us, and then we could play the Collector's Cage again, get down the Sandstorm Salvager, and yeah, that would be a 1-mana creature, the 3-mana golem. The Pixie would be a 2/2, so again, 3 different powered creatures right there. And hopefully we hit something good off the Collector's Cage. So GG, that was a fun one. All right, guys, we get to go first. I will keep this hand. Guess we could get Voice of Victory on turn 2. Could also get the Collector's Cage on turn 2. I guess we go with Voice of Victory. Just so they can't cast anything on our turn. And then next turn we'll get down the Sandstorm Salvager. And then we just need 1 more mana. No, we don't even, because we can get down the Sandstorm Salvager. And then we'll have 2 1-powered creatures and a 3-powered creature. Get down the Collector's Cage. Kind of crazy we found all Razorverge Thickets. So they play the Slick Shot Show Off. We'll go ahead and attack with the Voice of Victory. So yeah, next turn we can get down the cage, and we can then instantly tap it. So let's hope we find that Ancient Adamantoise, and that will be GG. Let's see how much damage he can throw at us right now. Hopefully he doesn't remove any of our creatures. The Hired Claw. Come on, just pump up your Slick Shot show off. Pump it up. You got to pump it up. I'm fine with that. Taking 5 damage, so we're going down to 10. He probably has another spell. That's a big no blocks from us. Because you already know. No, come on, don't remove our creature. Can't believe how annoying some people are. Well, yeah, we will get down the cage. And then I guess we take Craterhoof Behemoth. And then we get down this one, and then we crow this one. And then we say no attacks. And then we block the Monastery Swift Spear. Let's hope he's all out of burn spells. Oh, let's draw 2 though. 3, 4, 5. We're taking 5 damage. Oh, is he going to find a burn spell right there? Oh, he doesn't. He keeps his creatures back to block. All right, well, yeah, so we have to go with this guy, unfortunately. And then we can, pump up the Voice of Victory. We get down the Craterhoof Behemoth. He gives all of our guys +5/+5. And ladies and gentlemen, we got him. I'm going to do it to him. Keep your backhand strong. Say aggro this, baby. Bam! GG. All right, guys, opponent goes first, which is unfortunate. And this hand, we really can't keep it because these are basically 2 dead cards in our hand. So we will keep this one. We'll ship back an Elspeth. And we'll get down an Elf on turn 1. I don't need you in my hand. Adamantoise, what are you doing? You need to be underneath a cage. Turtle in the cage. Opponent can attack us for 1. I'm fine with that. They get their speed up. Another Lush Portico. Ooh, there is the Collector's Cage. Let's go. So we'll get that down next turn. And now it's our turn to smack the opponent for 1. Does he have a way to untap his creature? Oh my goodness, he created a 2/2. He got us. Well, when you got it, you got it. Battle Menu is a cool card. Another Nesting Bot, that's fine. And I think I will go with the Surveil first. Just because I do really want to hit something really good off the Collector's Cage. Is a Craterhoof Behemoth good enough? I think it is. So we'll go with the cage. And then we will instantly activate it. Yeah, it's either Craterhoof Behemoth or the Voice of Victory. I think we take the hoof, and then, yeah, we can just activate it. Put a +1 counter on our little elf, and then next turn we can get down the Evangelist. And I guess... Do you have to play it? You may play the Exiled card. Damn, this guy literally found all 3 of his Nesting Bots. So we're taking 4 damage. I can accept that. Man, our draws are really, really not the best. So we'll get down this one. And then we will pump our elf up. Please don't have any removal. Even though, yeah, I really don't know what this guy's playing. And yeah, we're not going to play this one yet because these 2 creatures have Summoning Sickness. So I think we can get him next turn. We're taking 8 damage, though. I'm not sure he can pump up his creatures. 2 cards in hand. He gets a Surveil. Battle Menu. Does that give any plus to their power? It looks like only to their toughness. So we're just going to risk it. If he attacks with everyone, then he attacks with everyone. We'll take 8 damage. We'll go down to 4. And if he has another battle menu, then that's all good, baby. So let's pump up the elf. So we actually need to pump up the elf, because if we pumped up the bat, we'd have 2 creatures at 2. If we pumped up the evangelist, we'd have 2 creatures at 3. So we actually have to pump up the elf. Oh, does he have a get lost? Oh, he doesn't. Okay, so we can go with the Craterhoof. All of our creatures are going to get +4/+4. I mean, he could still have a get lost. I mean, if he has it, he has it. But I think he should wait for us to attack, because we are going all out attacks right now. Ooh, Battle Cry. So he actually needs 2 get losts. He needs to get lost our Craterhoof and then our elf. 12, that's 22. If he gets rid of the Craterhoof, that's 12 plus 19. Yes, 21. If he gets rid of the Craterhoof, it's the battle menu. Please don't have another one. Yes. With 1 extra damage to spare. Thank you, Craterhoof Behemoth. GG. All right, guys, we're going to go first. I'm not the biggest fan of this hand, but I will keep it. I will take another land, yeah. If we can get up to Elspeth, that will be quite nice. Doesn't look like the opponent's too aggressive, which is also really nice. I will take a Bristly Bill. That is a nice draw. And we could get down the Pawpatch Recruit, but I kind of want to get him down with Offspring. So I think that's what we'll do this turn. Opponent is an Angel deck, so I don't know how much removal they'll be packing, but they will be a pretty aggressive deck, that is for sure. And then we don't quite have enough mana to play both of these. Oh, and that one's going to give them lifelink. And that Angel grows each time. Yikes. Oh, Ancient Adamantoise. Dude, these draws. We have the most expensive things in our hand. I think we get down Bristly Bill. And then we can play a land. We can get the Pawpatch Recruit up, and we will attack. If he wants to trade, I would take that trade. And I hope we can hit a land drop, so we could go with Elspeth. But, of course, he has some removal, but that is a targeted spell, so we'll be able to grow our guys a little bit more. And that did gain us some life, which is nice. Resplendent Angel is a great draw for them. Ooh, we might actually have to destroy that one with Elspeth, because he's gaining 3 life right now. We miss a land drop, which sucks. So we will do it like this. And then we will attack with this guy. 2/4. We really need a land drop so we can play Elspeth. Collector's Cage would also go really hard right here, because we have 3 creatures, and if we could find an Ancient Adamantoise or a Moonshaker or the Craterhoof Behemoth, that I think would get them. So Collector's Cage on top would be amazing. Okay, guys. Now we need to pray that we hit something good. Oh, okay, I will take the Ancient Adamantoise. That is a good hit for sure. Yeah, we have enough mana to do it like this. We'll put a +1 on all of our tokens. So we have 1, 3, and 4. So that is 3 different powered creatures. We'll put a +1 on that one. And now we can play the Ancient Adamantoise, and we can attack with everyone. I hope he doesn't have another Lay Down Arms. Well, Lay Down Arms wouldn't even hit this one because it's 8 mana, and he only has 7. As long as he doesn't have an Exile effect, I think we're good. Giada is a really good draw for them. 4 mana. I don't think he can't pay the Ward 3, so our Ancient Adamantoise is staying alive, and if he does any damage to us, it will all get redirected to this little boy right here. Look at this little turtle. He's done nothing wrong. So yeah, opponent can damage us all they want. Ancient Adamantoise is staying alive, and then next turn we can attack through with Elspeth. Yeah, because we have 5 mana thanks to our little elf right here. If he targets someone, which he does, we will just redistribute those counters. Let's start growing our elf as well. And we actually gain life for that as well, which is nice. I wonder how that works. If he gives this one lifelink, yeah, it just says damage is redirected to this creature. So he's still gaining 4 life right here. It's not quite enough life for 5. And yeah, you see it just gets redirected. Oh, but they don't gain any life for that. I don't think. Maybe they were at 10. I can't remember. But yeah, we're just going with a big Elspeth right now. Going to give all of our creatures +1 and flying. And he only has 3 blockers. We have 4 attackers. And he is losing all of his creatures. Because he could, you could think, oh, well, he can trade with this one, this Steel Seraph for the Sandstorm Salvager. But again, the damage gets redirected. So look at this, flying Ancient Adamantoise. Absolutely going crazy right now. And yeah, I'm pretty sure that's GG. He's losing Giada and the Resplendent Angel, 2 of probably the 2 best angels in his deck. Giada, probably the best angel for 2 mana. All other angels that come in after it get +1/+1. So yeah, opponent down to 4. Our Ancient Adamantoise still has 12 toughness. He has 1 card in hand. He would have to pay Ward 3 if he has another Laydown's Arm, but still, he only has 7 mana, and Laydown Arms is equal to the number of planes you control, so he only controls 7. I mean, I will take the trade for sure, but I'm pretty sure, yeah, no damage gets dealt to Elspeth anyway, so, yeah, GG. That was a really clean game. That Collector's Cage off the top came in so clutch, and then we're really lucky that they didn't have any kill spells or anything, but even if they did, I think they would have needed a, like, direct board wipe, to get rid of Ancient Adamantoise. I'm not sure there's any exiling effects. I mean, I guess he could have had a Sunfall, but what I'm trying to say is if he removed our Ancient Adamantoise without exiling it, if it was just like a kill spell, then we would have gotten 10 treasure tokens, which we could have used to cast another Moonshaker Cavalry and maybe even another Elspeth, because we had a few lands already as well. So GG. All right, guys, we get to go first, and we do have Collector's Cage. That was maybe too much of a snap keep because we do have an Ancient Adamantoise and a Craterhoof Behemoth in our hand. Those are essentially 2 dead cards. So we're kind of only working with 5 cards right now. So a little bit of hard mode engaged, but hey, we're here for it. Hopefully our cage can find something good, but I mean, some of our biggest payoffs are already in our hand, so, you know, the chance that we hit something really good with it is, of course, diminished a little bit. We do see green, which I really like, because they're probably not going to have too many kill spells. We will go with the Voice of Victory, and then we can go with the Sandstorm Salvager, and then the turn after that. So turn 4, we can get the Collector's Cage going, if, of course, he doesn't have a Sheltered by Ghosts or anything to remove our creatures, fight spell, anything of that nature. So, yeah, Sandstorm Salvager, create a 3/3. We're not going to attack. Next turn, we can play the Cage for 2 mana, and then with the 1 remaining mana, pump up our Voice of Victory. So then we'll have 3 creatures with 1, 2, and 3 power. So 3 different power levels among our creatures. So we'll be able to play whatever we exile right away. So hold on to your butts, because we are going to pray that we find something good off the Collector's Cage. Oh my goodness, guys. Yeah, that does happen. Honestly, a decent amount of time with this deck. I can't even pay for the extra 2. So, yeah, now we are in a little bit of trouble. But yeah, that does happen. And like I said, I maybe kept this hand a little bit too eagerly just because I saw Collector's Cage and Voice of Victory, because these are 2 cards. You just don't want them in your hand. I mean, both of them cost 8 mana. We're still 4 turns away from that, and that's if we hit land, 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 and land. So, and yeah, he just has creatures that are too powerful. So that's a kind of a, not an auto loss, but a little bit my mistake for keeping that hand. But yeah, it is a roulette wheel, and we just lost that time. So anyways, GG. Hey there, neighbor, and welcome to the post-game wrap where we looked at this roulette-style deck that we have. And the reason why I call it like a roulette style is because we played the Collector's Cage, and it has the Hideaway 5 mechanic. I really love that. I think from Streets of New Capenna, there is Fight Rigging. That was one of my favorite cards. So shout out if you guys remember Fight Rigging. But yeah, Hideaway 5. So when this artifact enters, look at the top 5 cards of your library, and you get to choose one of them. You put it underneath the Collector's Cage, and then you can cast it for free when you meet the specific requirement, which is having 3 creatures with different power levels. And so, of course, you need to play some really big payoffs, whether that be a crazy planeswalker or just some really powerful creatures. And yeah, the creature that I wanted to try and get onto the battlefield today was the Ancient Adamantoise. This new mythic turtle from the Final Fantasy set is absolutely ridiculous. 8 mana, you get an 8 power, 20 toughness creature. He has vigilance and he has ward 3, and then whenever damage is dealt to anything we control, whether that be a planeswalker, a creature that we're blocking with, whether they just attack our life total, all of that damage gets redirected towards the Ancient Adamantoise, which is really nice. And then damage actually isn't removed from this creature, so if they deal 3 damage, whether that's, again, to our planeswalker creature or our life total, it gets redirected to this dude, so he goes down to 17, and then that damage isn't removed during cleanup, so then he would be an 8 power, 17 toughness creature, and eventually when you kill this dude, you get 10 tapped treasure tokens, which actually is kind of nice, because I think I'm not sure if it was in one of the games we played. It might be one of the bonus games. I have 3 bonus games for you guys as well. And one of them was an absolute banger. It may well have been in that one where they killed our Ancient Adamantoise. And then I think with the 10 mana, I think I was able to cast both the Moonshaker Cavalry and the Craterhoof Behemoth as well, just to go absolutely crazy. And the reason why we play these 2 creatures, Moonshaker Cavalry and the Craterhoof Behemoth, are basically the exact same card. When these creatures enter, all of our other creatures get +X, where X is the number of creatures we control, and then Craterhoof Behemoth gives them trample, and the Moonshaker Cavalry gives them flying. So that is ways that you can just smash through and finish the opponent off that way. And again, the reason why we play these creatures and not something like a Valgavoth or an Atraxa, even though she is rotating soon, the reason why you want to play these creatures that give all of our other creatures +X is because that is how you actually get the payoff from Collector's Cage. Like I said, it has the Hideaway 5, and you can cast the creature underneath it when you meet the requirement. And for Collector's Cage, you need 3 different creatures with 3 different power levels. And the way that we achieve that, we saw that from the games, is you either get down an Elf on turn 1, Pawpatch Recruit has 2 power himself, the Sandstorm Salvager can create a 3/3, Bristly Bill, when you play lands, can start putting counters on everyone, Voice of Victory is a 1/1 or a 1/3 himself. The Evangelist is a 2/1, and she creates a 1/1 bat. So these 3 creatures right here all create an extra token, which is really nice. And then the Collector's Cage, you can spend 1 mana and tap this one to then start putting a +1/+1 counter on a creature. So that is a way that we can, have 3 different creatures with 3 different power levels. And then, of course, if you have 3 creatures on the board and you play either a Moonshaker Cavalry or a Craterhoof Behemoth from underneath the Collector's Cage, you'll see the 3 creatures that are on the board, and then this creature counts themselves as well. So then all creatures get +4/+4, and that usually should be enough to finish a game, I believe. Especially because you can also just attack in for a few turns as well. You definitely don't need to hold back and block all the time. I think in some of the bonus games, I'm not sure if the payoff from Collector's Cage worked. I think we kind of just won by having a pretty big board state and just pumping our creatures up as well. Because again, the Sandstorm Salvager, for 2 mana, you can tap this dude and you get to put a +1/+1 on each creature token that we control. So again, the Evangelist creates the Bat token, this dude creates the Golem token, and the Pawpatch Recruit creates the Pawpatch Recruit token. So this guy can start putting +1/+1s on all of those dudes as well, which is really nice. And also, if you have Voice of Victory, he creates these Warrior tokens, so you can attack in, create those mobilized tokens, hold this guy back to block, and then if you have 2 mana left over, you can tap him to then also give the Warrior tokens +1/+1 as well. So yeah, that was kind of the deck. It definitely is a meme deck. It's not super competitive. I believe there was a Collector's Cage deck that it maybe won a tournament or something. This is a while ago. This is way before the Final Fantasy set came out. But yeah, like I said, I love the hideaway mechanic. I'm glad we still have Collector's Cage around for a while. I might brew up another deck with it in the future, maybe one that is a little bit more competitive. But yeah, this one, I really just wanted to try and get the Ancient Adamantoise down, and I thought one of the best ways to at least cheat him out quickly, of course, you could go in like a mono-green ramp deck, but I thought, well, let's try and get him as the payoff for Collector's Cage. So yeah, that was the deck, and like I said, I have 3 bonus games coming up for you. One of them was an absolute banger. I think the other 2 were kind of just more like, yeah, we just win with our creatures, so that's another win con. But one thing I will say about this deck, like I just said, it's not super competitive. I think we're losing the Razorverge Thicket lands as well. It may not be the worst thing in the world, but this deck really struggles with primarily mono black removal. Of course, mono white, they have quite a few kill spells as well, or mass board wipes. Because since our creatures aren't the most powerful in the world, and then you're never really getting up to 8 mana to cast any of these dudes. Elspeth for 5 mana, she can help you win sometimes as well. But yeah, if they just remove your creatures just turn after turn and you don't really have a board state set up, then this deck can really spin its wheels. And I think we also saw from the last game, it actually turned out to be really awesome. It did frustrate me a little bit because we played Collector's Cage. We didn't find one of our payoffs, which that does happen. And I had a few other games where that exact same thing happened, where from Collector's Cage, we don't find, even Elspeth would have been okay, where you don't find any of those, because again, you're just looking at the top 5. So in some cases, you maybe see 3 lands, a Bristly Bill, and a Llanowar Elf, and you're like, oh my goodness, I guess I'll take Bristly Bill. Or I think another time I literally saw 4 lands and a Nurturing Pixie, which that can be a little bit of a combo where when you play the Nurturing Pixie, you can return the Collector's Cage, but yeah, that will definitely happen, and that's why it's like a roulette wheel type of deck. Like I said, you're really kind of just hoping that you find something really good. So I guess you could go up with some more copies of some of these higher end payoffs, but then again, at the same time, I think I said in a few of the games I played as well, it's maybe a crazy conspiracy theory, but if you have some of these 8 drops, Arena just loves to kind of force feed them into your hand, or have you start with 2 of them in your opening hand. And if you have 2 of these 8 drops in your opening hand, those are essentially just dead cards. So you're essentially working with a 5 card hand right there. So you do have to mulligan pretty aggressively with this deck as well. So yeah. But yeah, I've been rambling long enough. If you guys made it this far in the video, please leave a thumbs up, drop a comment down below, and I'm going to end it like I always end it. I love you guys. Peace out. Bonus game.
No more distractions. Let's make this quick. I'm tired of your secrets.